Have you ever wondered what is the main difference between those who always seem to get what they want in life and those who seem to be perpetually daydreaming, never actually achieving their goals? You will find out shortly in this video, so buckle up. More importantly though, at the end of the video we'll see how, thanks to what I'm about to share with you, Brutus has transformed himself from a shy, insecure guy to a true playboy from the old times. Once you have watched the video, if you like it, I would kindly ask you to give me a thumb up, and if you think it would be helpful to any of your friends, to share it. Thank you very much, and let's get started. First, ask yourself this question: what is it that drives a person to get what he or she wants? I don't necessarily mean professionally, but also in relationships with others or in achieving other personal goals of any kind. Many of you are probably thinking things such as intelligence, or study, or hard work. Don't get me wrong, these things absolutely help, but by themselves may not be enough. I know you cannot wait to know what the answer to this question is, but before I tell you, it is important that you ask yourself another question: why do most of us humans not get what we want? Why do most people not get the job they really want, or settle for being with a partner they are not really attracted to? Stop the video for a few seconds and try to answer this question, and think of examples related to yourself. When you have failed to achieve something in your life, what was the first cause of this failure? We all have, at some level, a fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough at something. All these uncertainties stem from one central point, and that is the doubt within us that we are not enough. Not good enough, not handsome enough, not smart enough, or so on. This doubt, this insecurity, is the reason why many people stay years and years in a job they don't love. It's why many people don't get the body they want. It's why some people earn less than they deserve. It's why many men and women stay in relationships with people they don't really love, much longer than they should. But why does this happen? Because of fear. Fear of being out of work, fear of not finding another partner and being alone, fear of being judged negatively by those around them. But mostly because they do not ask for what they really want. Many people seldom change, and even more rarely act. They are more focused on preserving the little they have than on trying to get what they really want. They spend their entire existence telling themselves that they cannot do anything to improve their situation, that they will be rejected, and that they will fail. And that is why it is often the smartest people who fail. When you are very smart, you always have a lot of doubts, and you are also very good at predicting all the possible negative outcomes. Quoting the legendary Homer Simpson, trying is the first step to failure. The result is that often very smart people end up never taking action. They look for the solution to their problems that works 100% of the times. They look for the zero-risk solution, and since this solution in the real world does not exist, rather than taking risks they prefer to do nothing at all. They see the woman or man of their dreams, and even though they would love to approach her and ask her out for a drink, they don't do it because they get paranoid and start overthinking: what if she rejects me? What if she doesn't like me? Or, even worse, such a beautiful girl will surely already have a boyfriend or a husband, so no point in asking her out. And so they end up letting it go. They end up not asking this person to go out with them. People tend to approach salary in the same way. According to a survey across more than 160,000 people who felt they deserved to earn more, 2/3 of them had never asked for a pay raise. Among the people who had bravely asked for a raise, 70% of them had been told yes. If you don't ask, you hardly get. These two examples are very representative of what this video wants to convey. Boldness. The courage to try something, anything, is actually a stronger indicator of success than intelligence. Often this courage consists simply in being able to ask. As mentioned before, smart people are good at analyzing all the negatives that might happen to them when things go wrong, but bold people also think about all the positive things that can happen when things go right. Be careful, I'm not saying that smart people can't be bold and that bold people can't be smart, but that boldness is the key to success. Obviously, if a person is both bold and smart, happy days. So what is the message I am trying to convey to you with this video? The message is to start going after what you want, and not to simply accept what you can easily get. Most of us adjust to what is convenient. We accept what is available and adjust to what is in front of us. The result is that we don't go after what we really want. Too much risk, too much effort. It is a common mistake to think that boldness is something a person is either born with or is not. The reality is that boldness is nothing more than a skill like many others, which can be trained, just like any other skill one seeks to develop. But how can we train this skill? We start by thinking about what we want in life, even the simplest things. Now, for each of these goals, make at least 10 attempts to achieve it. The problem is that most people do not make 10 attempts. They don't even make one attempt for fear of failure. Or maybe they give it a couple of tries just to feel better with themselves, and then if it doesn't go well, they simply drop everything and come up with some excuse to convince themselves that they made the right choice. Now many of you must be thinking, okay, but if, for example, I wanted to meet my dream partner, 10 attempts might not be enough. This is absolutely true, but do you know what happens during those 10 attempts? That you will have learned how to fail, which is the real purpose of this exercise. Learn that failing should be considered absolute normality, not something to be ashamed of. At the same time, you will have gained experience and improved your approach to the goal at hand. Think of Brutus. Brutus has been going to nightclubs every weekend for years with the purpose of meeting a girl. Brutus, however, hates the idea of being rejected and spends his evenings in a corner near the bar, getting drunk with his loser friends, and never even attempt an approach with any girl. Brutus for years has always returned home alone. Now think for a second, what would happen if Brutus tried to start talking to girls in the clubs without putting too much pressure on himself, simply making small talk? Over time he would get more and more comfortable approaching girls, and it would only be a matter of time before he meets a girl he really likes. Maybe the 10 attempts on the first night will result in failure, likewise on the second night, but in the meantime, by practicing over and over, he will improve his approach, and eventually he will meet the right girl. By keeping this approach active, you will not only get what you want, but you will also be presented with other opportunities that you did not even know existed. The more you do something, the more it becomes the new normal. Just as you train your body to be strong, so you train your brain to be bold. You too can become like Brutus. Now I have a question for you watching this video. In what area of life do you fear failure the most? Let us know by leaving a comment below the video. This video is based on an idea Jennifer Cohen shared in a TED Talk from last year, which I recommend to watch. You can find it here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend the video, The One Thing That Separates Successful People from the Rest. Discover the secret that you can find on this channel. Thank you all for your attention. That's it for today. Have a great rest of your day.